This is day 17 in the Marriage Motivator series, and today I'm going to teach you how to have a successful marriage by implementing one word. I was counseling a guy one time who was on the brink of divorce, and I asked him, I said, if you could just sum it all up, what's the one reason why you want a divorce? And here's what he said. He said, she doesn't make me happy. And I told him that was the wrong approach and the wrong outlook. We should be more concerned about how to make our spouses happy rather than how they're making us happy. Oh, but that's hard to do, isn't it? So what's this one word that's going to help us have a successful marriage? Well, I'm going to give you a clue. It's what Jesus said in Luke 22:42. And this is Jesus talking. And he says, Father, if it's your will, take this cup of suffering away from me. However, not my will, but your will must be done. So you may have guessed it. It's being selfless. Jesus was being selfless. So that's the one word, being selfless. But I'm telling you, it's so hard to implement that word, isn't it? Being selfless is a lifelong pursuit because of our sinful nature. We can't just flip a switch and we be selfless like automatically. It just doesn't happen that way because of the sinful nature. I was 29 years old when I got married, and so I brought a lot of selfishness into our marriage. Even though I was one of three kids and I had learned how to share and also had a relationship with God, which also helped me, I was still very selfish. So what does it mean to be selfless in your marriage? We're going to look at 8 ways you can be selfless in your marriage, and hang out to the end because I'm going to make an interesting observation between when we were dating and now that we're married. So one way to be selfless in your marriage is to prioritize your spouse's needs and desires. It's thinking about them and what they need instead of about what you need. It's asking, what can I do to help, or tapping into their love language. Number 2 would be putting your partner's well-being and happiness before your own. An example of this would be to hand over the remote and say, babe, you can watch whatever you want to watch, and I'm going to stay in the room. Number 3 would be considering your spouse's feelings. It's being empathetic and realizing how your actions might impact them. An example of this would be if they've had a bad day at work, then it's probably not a good time to bring up any kind of problems that you wanted to discuss, and just punt on that and bring them up later. Number 4 would be to serve your spouse. Look for ways to make your spouse's life easier and more enjoyable. Go the extra mile by showing your love and appreciation for them. The 5th way to be selfless in marriage would be to step out of your comfort zone and do something that you know your spouse would love to do, but maybe you wouldn't necessarily like to do it. For example, if they like to go shopping, then go shopping with them and get you something real nice, real nice. Or if you know your spouse likes to go to ball games, then go to that ball game with them and enjoy some popcorn and maybe a hot dog with some mustard and relish and ketchup on it. All 3 of those would be awesome. And get you a Coca-Cola. Number 6 would be to honor and adore your spouse. Just a couple examples would be leave them a love note, or text them something spicy and flirtatious, or speak well of them in front of others, especially your kids and your family. A 7th way on being selfless in marriage would be to pray about it. Yes, we should pray about everything. And so many times I say something like this. I say, Lord, help me to do your will and not my will. Help me to be the kind of husband and the kind of daddy that you would have me to be. Help me to be dead to self and alive unto you. But yes, we need to pray about being selfless because it's not easy. And the 8th way on being selfless in marriage would be to ask your spouse. Say something like this: hey, how can I be more selfless towards you in our marriage? And if you're bold enough, go ahead and say the opposite. Say, well, tell me this. How have I been selfish in our marriage? And you better put your thick skin on and take it like a boss and learn from it whenever they start to talk. I believe that being selfish is probably the main reason why people get divorced. Isn't it strange that while we're dating, we do anything to make our partners happy, to make them smile, to make them laugh, to meet their needs, and to make their life easy? But after we've been married for a while, it's like the focus turns from them to me. It's just not good. I want to tell you that being selfless will not only help in your marriage, but it'll help in all your relationships. I'm sure you've heard this, but the key to having joy, Joy, is to put Jesus first, others second, and yourself third. Did you get it? Joy, Jesus, others, yourself. I just said that for all the Ole Miss fans just to make sure they got it. If you found this video to be helpful, hit that like and subscribe button, and YouTube will send it out to more couples. In the next video, we're going to learn how forgiveness is a key ingredient in marriage. And if you don't have forgiveness, you'll turn into a crotchety old person. Crotchety.